To be joined by the pride of Plainfield, New Jersey. It's Jay Williams.
Look at you, giving my hometown some love. Respect to the Queen City. It's going to be a big-time game tonight. Let's see who's ready to play on the floor.
You are a king in those parts. You never forget where it all began. And we're ready to start this one at midcourt. The 76ers begin the game with the basketball. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
It's the Hawks with the basketball.
Here we go.
Gets to the basket, but it's no good. Short jumper won't go down. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was the look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Almost. Unlucky bounce.
I agree. I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off two legs and expect the contact.
And he's going to the line to shoot.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Second and three. Got it. Three for three. Nice. Hawks have it. Trying to cash in. Not that time. To J.R. Smith. Harris. Nothing going here on that drive. Ball to Embiid. Joel Embiid missed his first. That one goes.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to lead the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Jay, I'm going to say that you don't know this, but since 1980, the Hawks have drafted only 4 players to appear in the All-Star game. Doc Rivers, Kevin Willis, Al Horford, and Jeff Teague.
Well, how about a guy named Dominique Wilkins? I'm sorry.
Oh, well, interesting that you'd ask. Dominique Wilkins was actually selected by the Utah Jazz. To Parker. Oh, nice find for the basket.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To Ball. For three, his first effort off the mark. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
The great defenders, the ones that really earn their paycheck, are the ones that refuse to be screened. You stuck to that screen like Velcro.
Joel Embiid. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Old school equals high percentage.
That's a turnover. It goes the other way. To Tobias Harris from long range. That's off the side of the rim, no good. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Hawks with the basketball. Joel Embiid sends it away.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Count the basket inside.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
Ball to Embiid. Joel Embiid. 3 for 4. Good start.
This comes down to great execution both on the offensive and defensive end of the floor. Let's see if they can carry this into the second quarter.
Joel Embiid, huge block. That's out. Last touch by Joel Embiid. Time to shuffle things up. Trae Young to Parker. Short jumper off the mark.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Harris to Embiid. Joel Embiid looking good. 4 for 5.
As a player, there's nothing better than coming out in the first quarter and playing exactly the same way you played the last couple of days of practice. You're moving the ball, you're capitalizing on mistakes, and you really built a nice lead.
Hey, watch the screen left.
Can't connect.
Make that, baby. Make that.
Embiid to J.R. Smith. Embiid to Tobias Harris. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Send it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Now the Hawks coach going to call a timeout as he'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Time for some new personnel into the game. Trae Young. From the painted area, won't go down. Ball with it up top. His guys holding the big lead. That pass stolen by the Hawks. To Trae Young. Parker's shot off the mark. Ball with the basketball. His guys,
out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Harris. Here's a chance from long range. The hot shooting continues. He's got 12 in the first quarter, including that trifecta.
And Ed, did you see how quick his release was? There was no wasted motion from the waist up.
Whoa, what a finish.
I don't think anyone saw this one coming, but it looks like they're trying to send a message. Look into their eyes. They're laser focused. They're playing as if this game is tied.
Ref blows the whistle, and he calls a 5-second back to the basket violation. To Ball. 4-3. Hits it. And the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
Oh, that was a big-time shot. But more impressive than the shot, the bench reactions. I love the celebration tactics. This is why you love this game.
He missed the free throw. To Parker. And the rebound taken in by Lonzo. To the rim. Oh, not a good pass there. That's a turnover. Trae Young. Joel Embiid able to recover with the block. Lonzo with it. He'll run the offense. Stuffs it down with authority. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Joel Embiid with a piece.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Brunson, nice pass to set things up. Layup goes down. Well done.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
And the basket good at the rim.
Finally something goes their way. I don't think I need to tell you, but this has been a disaster of a first quarter. They just need somebody to get hot, and then they need to come together as a team and get a few stops.
Joel Embiid. He's now 5 for 6.
This has been a good first quarter for him so far. That wasn't an easy shot, but he was able to knock it down and add to their lead.
Jonah Bolden sends it away. And scores. Strong take.
This is basketball one-on-one. Play inside out. Give the big man the ball, and the rest of the court will open up. That was an easy lay.
Now a steal by Atlanta. Collison. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Lets it fly from long range. Cleans it up. And a put-back slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
It's Atlanta ball. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Nothing going here on that drive. To Ball. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Trae Young. Beyond the arc for three. Trae Young bothered just enough there.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Kicks it outside. To Ball. Fires the three. Double figures in the first quarter, now at 10, including that three.
And the more and more I watch, I become mesmerized with that follow-through. That release is effortless.
The Hawks will use a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. New blood coming in for both sides. Oh, they they call the foul.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
To number 2. That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Collison has a chance. He's too good to leave that wide open. Defense has to communicate.
Every NBA player has a superpower. His, obviously, is that depth perception, because that trajectory leads the ball to the net every time.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Here's Atlanta with the basketball. Trae Young.
When you open, shoot. Flash him, bump him.
To Collison. It's no good. Great defense.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Again, Ed, if you made it to this level, you're capable of doing things that normal humans can never do, even if you're not known for it.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Those shots, Jay, have been few and far between in what has been an uneasy first quarter.
And Ed, sometimes that's all you need. Just get one or two to fall. Find the rhythm, find the rhyme. You got plenty of time.
That's up, baby.
And he's going to the free throw line.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free two.
Team foul number 2.
Trae Young at the line. First one, count it.
Subbing in for the 76ers, number 42, Al Horford. Entering the game for the Hawks.
2 for 2 on that trip.
From the start, let's do it.
Substitutions, Philadelphia. Subbing in for the Hawks, number 5, Jabari.
To Embiid. Ball. Going to launch beyond the arc. Won't go down for J.R. Smith. Defense was all over him. Into the front court comes Collison. Down a bundle. Count the bucket for 2.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Hey, check up. Let's go.
To J.R. Smith. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Ball. Spins away from the defender. Sweet move. And one. Embiid. Good. Through the contact. And going to the line for a chance at a 3-point play.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Joel Embiid trying to cash in on a 3-point play. For his career, 77% at the line. Embiid's free throw good. A 3-point play. The Sixers extend the lead. Collison into the front court. His guys down big. Darren Collison. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
To Embiid. Fires the 3. J.R. Smith. He's going to get 3 shots here. For his career, 73%. First free throw is good. Second one's no good. One more coming. Here's Atlanta. Collison.
I got ball. I got ball.
Darren Collison. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Nice follow-up on the dunk there. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Why even try that time?
I'm going to start calling him the windshield wiper, just erasing all the mistakes.
Has a look. Knocks it down from mid-range.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Collison. The rebound taken down by the Sixers. To Embiid. Rocking the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Whistle stops play. Timeout here for Atlanta as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Shifting gears, here come some substitutions. Collison. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
That pass stolen by the Hawks.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Stuffs it down with authority.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Spins away from the defender. Sweet move. Spins and scores.
We got to tell our producer in the truck, you got to tag that highlight.
It's the Hawks with the basketball.
I got ball. I got ball. Pick up. Bench up.
Shut up.
Short jumper won't fall.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Into the front court comes Collison. Looking to make something happen. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Missed a wide open look.
I agree, I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off two legs and expect the contact.
You gotta get up on that.
To Collison.
Shot up.
Can't connect from in close. Smith with the basketball. His guys holding the big lead. That's out. Last touch by Al Horford. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Hawks have it.
Can you stand? He's coming. Can you stand?
Al Horford pins it. That's out of bounds. Last touch by a Sixer. Collison. Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
Look, as a player, this stuff happens all the time. No need to make this into something bigger than what it really is. Move on to the next play, get locked in.
Count it, and the foul. He's going to the line for a free throw.
Most definitely contact on that forearm during the follow-through. You have to give the offensive player a lot of credit. The concentration you need to make a shot after getting fouled, that's big time.
Lonzo Ball with a chance at a 4-point play. He struggled so far. Missed it at the line. I don't know what the defender was doing there, but count the points.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Zach Randolph with the block. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Zach Randolph. There it is, Al Horford. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5. Late heave to beat the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. The 76ers dominated this matchup from the opening tip, and the offensive glass was their domain. They scored plenty of second-chance points, asserting themselves in the paint. These are the guys getting buckets for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Hawks did a lot of things wrong in that opening half. There isn't enough time to get into all of their problems, but I'll tell you this, they need to try to get better. These are the guys getting buckets for the Atlanta Hawks.
Game track. Assists.
What you see on screen is how this team was able to gain this competitive advantage, doing what's necessary for the lead.
Player of the half.
Joel Embiid really showed off his court vision in the first half. When he's able to get the ball moving like that, his team can be tough to stop.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point.
He can't seem to get anything going. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Hawks with the basketball. Joel Embiid snatching it out of the air.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Knocked loose. Oh, if you're a fan, you love the will and the want. And they call the foul. Careful there, Jet.
Just a tic-tac foul.
For 3, Sixers able to clear the rebound. To ball from long range. Off the iron, no good.
Notice that the defense isn't giving him as much space anymore. They're crowding him every time he catches the ball and really getting into his legs defensively.
That's usually one that he'll knock down. Lonzo Ball, tips it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Here's a chance from long range. Rebound cleared by Philly. Smith now into the front court. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. Count the basket at the rim. Now the Hawks coach gonna call a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Tobias Harris swats it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Joel Embiid at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw good to cap off the three-point play as they continue to open things up here in the third quarter. It's Atlanta ball. Trae Young to Collison.
Hey, big screen right there, big screen.
To Trae Young. 4-3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Here comes the screen. Parker to Collison. Trying to cash in. Collison's shot won't fall.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Here's Atlanta with the basketball. To Trae Young. Nothing going here on that drive. Lets it fly from long range. Trying for a 30-point night, but it's no good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
There you go. Watch him. I got you right here. Right here.
Shot won't go. Embiid to J.R. Smith. John Henson rejects it.
That's why I
Got a piece of it.
jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Collison into the front court. His guys down big. Baseline drive. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Ball into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Tobias Harris. And one. Embiid, good through the contact. And going to the line for a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Joel Embiid trying to cash in on the three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Embiid's free throw good. A three-point play. The Sixers extend the lead. Has a chance. The rebound belongs to the 76ers. Smith into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
This is where I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
To J.R. Smith. Beyond the arc for three. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
J.R. Smith is going to get a chance at three here, shooting 66% in this contest. First one goes down. He hits the second. Whoops, that won't go. To Collison. The pass set it all up.
That transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Tough make through traffic.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Here's Atlanta. Trae Young to Parker. Won't go.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Fires the three. They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line. Bobby Portis at the line for two shots. For his career, 73%. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second.
Hey, we out.
Add 2 points to the board.
The assist. Number 21, Joel Embiid.
To Parker. That's rebounded by Philadelphia. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Message received. Well defended. It's the Hawks with the basketball. Joel Embiid sends it away.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Collison. Joel Embiid. Huge block.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
To Parker. Goes to the left side. Collison. Collison, it's good with no defender in sight.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by a Hawk. Opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Grayson Allen. Going to launch beyond the arc. Hawks have the board. Oh, emphatic slam.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
And counted at the rim.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
And a rim rocker. Joel Embiid.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
That's an easy for Darren Collison.
I love when I see smaller players finish in the paint amongst the trees, but if you're a big on the other side, you can't let that happen so easy.
Parker with it. Down a bundle. To Collison. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Defense, let's go.
Fires the three, not getting the bounce. Into the front court comes Collison. Looking to make something happen. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Here we go. I got him.
Cruises inside for two. Philadelphia with the basketball. For three, and he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Parker to Trae Young. From long range, he's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Scores from the post.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
I got him. I'm here. I got ball. Watch cut.
Trae Young to Collison. Here's a chance from long range. Too easy. Defense has to communicate.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Hawks have it. Terrific vision. Got it.
And I love when people are saying, well, he's not an exciting player. I don't need him to be exciting. I need him to be fundamentally sound.
Sixers call for time as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Substitutions, Atlanta. Substitutions, Philadelphia.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, What is that? That's 5?
Blocked away!
That one's in the 15th row.
Huge denial. Nice pass to get things going.
Ed, I know I'm not supposed to be biased. I'm not supposed to be rooting for guys, but I'm riding with Jabari. Get your work.
4-3. Rebound hauled in by Atlanta. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Bobby Portis, a couple of free throws on the way. He's shooting 40% in this one. Misses the first. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. To J.R. Smith. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim, short.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
In the front court comes Smith. His guys holding the big lead. To Trae Young. The drive. Right to the basket. Right down Broadway for the two. Defender has to pick him up.
I don't think these kind of shots are tough for Trae Young. You see, he's always been the smallest guy on the court, so he's had to finish through the trees. He's a lot tougher than he gets credit for.
Over to the right side. Beyond the arc for three. He was crowded. Grayson Allen off the mark. Jabari Parker rocking the rim.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Deep right corner. Fires the three. Won't go down. That's out of bounds. Last touch by a Sixer. Trae Young to Parker. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
Flushes it home.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
Parker to Collison. Goes to the right side. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Add another one to his total. That's now 7 threes for the ball game.
And the ball is finding him wherever he goes on the court. Man, that boy, he the best.
To J.R. Smith. Fires the three. Well, with J.R., it can be no, no, no. Yes, when it goes in.
And if you're on D right now, if you're off on the weak side, stunt towards the driver. That means fake at him. Don't overcommit. Stunt, then get back to you or stay at home. Force him to make one of those passes or force him to take a crazy shot at the rim.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
To Embiid. Collison, great look and vision. Joel Embiid, able to recover with the block.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
Joel Embiid with a piece.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
And the finish at the rim.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Trae Young. Taken by the Sixers.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
For three. Not going down here. Parker into the front court. His guys down big to Trae Young. Parker.
That's short, that's short.
Wide open look, won't go. To Allen. Embiid to J.R. Smith. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Runner's good there.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Collison into the front court. He'll run the offense. Cleared out by Embiid.
The game is won in the details. The team who has the most attention to the minutia is a team that wins the ball game. And from the beginning of this game, this team has been mentally engaged. I know the season's a long year, but when you come mentally engaged and you have attention to detail, whew, that's a scary thing to watch.
The Sixers are victorious as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers put one in the win column with a solid performance. Sometimes a team can hurt itself by being too aggressive on defense. And sometimes a team can guarantee itself a win by using defensive aggression in a focused way, like we saw here today. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Hawks didn't lose big, but it wasn't exactly close either. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Atlanta Hawks.
Game track. Points in the paint.
The Atlanta Hawks lost this game on the scoreboard, obviously, but they really lost this game by not being physical enough. Again and again, they allowed the ball to get inside, and once it was there, it was getting scored. A lot. Overall, they struggled the most with it in the opening quarters.
Player of the game.
Joel Embiid read the defense perfectly, and his teammates reaped the benefits with easy baskets. Here are the top plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
And here we've got the upcoming games for the Atlanta Hawks. This has been a presentation of ESPN.